YouTube. What's good? What's good? It's your boy, man. I was just stopping in again to put some more closure, I guess you could say, out there about this Bradley and Pacquiao thing. A lot of times I listen to a lot of people, and I kind of give people their props a lot. Everybody, damn near everybody, people that know shit, and it seems like now, given this last little so-called fiasco, something that the world's made into a big-ass epidemic that is not to me. Because this happens to a lot of people. It happens to everybody. And and my thing is, it's never this major uproar like it is with these insatiable fans of Manny Pacquiao. I would call them boxing fans, but to me they're not boxing fans because generally only a couple of Pacquiao fans that I see on here actually give insight on other fighters. Typically, all the rest of the casual boxing fans, which in my eyes should not even be called boxing fans, they should just be called Pacquiao fans. The typical Pacquiao fan knows nothing of other boxers. He doesn't even watch other boxing. He or she doesn't even watch other boxing matches. They don't know any other boxers. They couldn't even tell you who's in the top 10. They couldn't tell you anyone from across seas. They couldn't tell you anyone fighting over in Japan. They couldn't tell you anything else about the sport of boxing. All they know is Freddie Roach, Top Rank, Uncle Bob, Pacquiao. Everything else is out the door with. So I need not address them because they actually need help. But several other individuals, and I'm gonna say one of the guys' channel that I follow a lot, T Street, Enter the Arena. I follow his channel because I like the cat. He's outgoing. You can always count on some good videos from him. But I've always known that he has a tendency to be extremely biased when it comes to Manny Pacquiao. Now, he seems to me to know boxing. T Street, if you're listening, I'm talking to you. This is not a hate video. This is just a misunderstanding type of video because I don't understand. Because I was listening to one of his videos and he said that 95% of the world, knows boxing and they saw the travesty, which is the Pacquiao loss to Bradley. And the other 5% should stop watching boxing. They don't know shit about boxing or whatever his words were. I don't want to just put words in his mouth because I don't quite remember exactly word for word what he said. But basically he was saying the other 5% don't know shit and they need to quit dealing with boxing or whatever the fuck. But I'm in that 5%. And I know damn well I know boxing. And I know damn fuck well I know how to score boxing. And I don't score boxing with my emotion. I score boxing based off of technical, punching, defense, effective aggression, offense, adaptability. All of those things come into play. Not just, oh, I like this guy, the round looks close, so I'm going to give it to this guy because it was close. I'm not going to do that. I don't do that. When Mayweather lost certain rounds to Cotto, I said he lost those rounds. As a matter of fact, I think a good fight for people to watch, since people always say that a lot of times, individuals, they have a tendency to cater towards Mayweather. I cater towards boxing. And when I say boxing, I mean the adaptability. I cater towards a pure boxer, not someone that's going to get befuddled because the announcers are saying, oh, he's running, he won't stand toe-to-toe. Boxing is not about toe-to-toe. Boxing is about hitting and not getting hit. Defense plays just as much a part of boxing as offense does. So for people to sit and say, oh, you don't know shit about boxing, that's pathetic. I don't like that. I took offense to it because I'm in the 5%. Now, mind you, I'm not hooping and hollering, starting no arguments or nothing, but like I said before, I don't mind debating boxing. I love to debate. So I watched HBO, I watched even Max Kellerman. And I was so disappointed in Max Kellerman because he said he went back and watched the fight without the sound, without the commentary, without everything. Said he went back and watched the fight. I watched him sit and say, "Oh, the first and second rounds could have went either way." He didn't even say, "Okay, this person won the round." You know? Then he turned around and he said, "Oh, but the third and fourth rounds were definitely Pacquiao's," which I agree with that. But the first and second round were definitely Bradley rounds. Pacquiao ran off the third, the fourth, or whatever, and he got that. So after 4 rounds, it was 2-2. And you go forward, skip a couple rounds, this, that, and third, because I broke down the fight once before. You'll have to go back and look at another video to get the round by round. But even in rounds 7 and 8, when he said, "Oh, the rounds could have went either way, I gave him the Pacquiao." You can't just do that. You know, you can't turn around and just say, "Oh, okay, I guess this is who gets it. He landed the last punch." Fuck the last punch. Fuck fighting in the last 30 seconds of a round. Fuck throwing the same raggedy ass punch that's not even landing all the time, but the announcers are hooping and hollering like it's landing, and so therefore they're giving this man the rounds. Pacquiao did not win that fight, people. I'm sorry to tell you, but it's always been me to be the type of person that's not afraid to stand against the masses. If I look up in the sky and that bitch blue to me, and there's 9 million motherfuckers over here that say that bitch red, them 9 million motherfuckers wrong. And I'm going to look up, I'm going to say that bitch blue, and I'm going to hold my head up high, and I'm going to stand by my decision. So once again, I stand by my decision to say that Pacquiao lost the fight. Period. Anything that the 95% say are wrong. And I think that they need to actually go back and look at some tough fights. Some fights that are tough and that you genuinely have to score. And then come back and say, "Okay, well, hey, you know what? This person won that fight due to this." And break it down round by round. When they can actually score a tough fight that's actually tough, because me personally, very rarely will I ever say a fight is a fucking draw. Very rarely will I ever say that, because I believe in any fight, there's a winner. Somebody won that motherfucker. You know, unless it's just a stalemate and everybody quitting and me and a dude get to fight and we just agree to leave it alone. But in my mind, I'm going to say, okay, either I won that fight or that dude beat me. A lot of people are criticizing, saying, "Okay, well, why Timothy Bradley say, oh, I got to go home and see if I won the fight?" The man wants to critique his efforts. You know, plain and simple. Now, am I a Timothy Bradley fan? No, but I'm just calling it like I see it. Same way if it was Willie Fufu that beat him, I would say, hey, Willie Fufu won, or I would say, hey, Pacquiao beat him. But Pacquiao misses a lot of punches that they give him credit for. A lot of the punches are blocked that they give him credit for. And that's just things that I don't like. Like I said, you can watch the whole fight. Anytime Bradley's landing on Pacquiao and he's throwing combinations, he's hitting him, the commentators over there talking about bullshit. They're not even mentioning it until Pacquiao throw a punch. Whether it lands or not, then they go crazy. And so did the crowd. That don't mean the man did a motherfucking thing. Sorry to tell you. So, in my eyes, I think a lot more people need to learn how to score fights, as opposed to just looking at fights and going off of their emotions, because that's not a good thing to do. Trust me. It's not a good thing. It's non-commendable at all. And with that being said, what's going on? Who's got a fight coming up? Okay, everybody's talking about Ortiz versus Canelo. I think Ortiz versus Canelo is going to be a damn good fight if Ortiz even wind up fighting, if he get past Lopez. Lopez is not coming in there to just lay down and take a dive. He's not doing it, people. I'm sorry. It's going to be a good fight. And so I won't even make a prediction for the motherfucker, because he might not make it out of the Lopez fight. I give him a good fucking chance. Actually, I'm going for Ortiz. I want him to win because I want to see Canelo and Ortiz. That would be a fucking brawl. I would love to see that. That's one of the times that I already know boxing won't come into play. It would be a brawl. Sometimes I like watching a brawl, but I prefer technical skills. That's just me. You know, because if I want to see a fight, I could watch MMA if I want to just see a toe-to-toe brawl. But sometimes boxing bring that, and it's a part of the sport. So every once in a while, I like to see a good brawl too. Finally, Chavez Jr. and Sergio Martinez. Whoa, been waiting on that one. The one thing that I don't like about Chavez Jr. is that he doesn't take his drug tests. Nobody forces him to take his drug tests either. You know? I'm surprised Emmanuel Stewart haven't said anything else about it, because he said he wanted to check with him and see why his drug test wasn't turned in. You know? But he's quiet because he's trying to be a little puppy dog, but he has mentioned it, and it's been in a couple of articles. So I think it's really just trifling now. At first he wasn't really fucked up about it until it became one of his fighters that was a victim of circumstance. And also with him blowing up from 160 to 180 in a matter of 20 some odd hours, that is ridiculous. How the fuck do you do that? You can drink 100 gallons of water and can't put on 20 pounds. I mean, so that's just, I don't know, man. That's kind of baffling to me. Then they talked about he was complaining about calf cramps, and cramps in his legs after the fight and during the rounds or whatever, and later on. Wonder who else does that. But nonetheless, I'll make my predictions for the rest of the fights later. But as far as in Ortiz and Lopez, I really want Ortiz to win because I really would like to see Ortiz and Canelo, and I will make another video in depth about the Lopez and Ortiz fight here later on. I just wanted to address that and say that I'm amongst that 5%, and I would like to remove myself from that 5% and set myself off in a little layer somewhere by myself. So T Street, brother, Mr. Enter the Arena, I already subscribe to your channel. I watch your channel all the time, and I really actually appreciate your channel because sometimes when I'm unavailable and I'm out and about and I don't have a chance to catch up on boxing, I actually check with the Wires channel or I check with yours. I usually check with the Boxing Voice. As a matter of fact, the Boxing Voice is a big Pacquiao fan, and I talked to him prior to the Pacquiao-Bradley fight, and I was kind of shocked to hear him say that he was going for Bradley. That was a turn in itself. You would never hear the Boxing Voice talk about picking anybody over Pacquiao. And normally I don't pick anyone over Pacquiao except Mayweather. So I didn't even pick Bradley to beat Pacquiao, to be honest with you. I said that Pacquiao was gonna knock Bradley ass out. But hey, that's neither here nor there. But I said he had a good chance, and so it came to pass. But Brother T Street, Mr. Enter the Arena, I know how to score boxing. Trust me, I know how to score boxing. So I'll be checking back in with your channel. Oh, and like I was saying, sometimes I'm out and about, and to show that I'm just not being a negative person, sometimes I'm out and about. I tune in on my phone. I tune in to the Wires channel. I tune in to Enter the Arena, to T Street. And I politic with them. I listen and I take heed because I catch up on some stuff that I'm not abreast of because I'm out and about. So it's not that I'm going to stop coming to your channel and things of that nature, but I'm in the 5% that you mentioned. So me personally, I just chose to say something about it. All right? You have a good day. Peace.